Second half here at Old Trafford is about to kick off, and Manchester United have a 1-goal lead. At this point, I think it was also a 1-goal lead in the previous matchup, and then Southampton pretty much just went downhill from there with 2 red cards in the second half. It was complete madness, really. And Van Persie's now struggling, and he was really feeling his leg there. And hopefully it wasn't too bad, but that's another really worrying tackle. Van Gaal has a worried look on his face. Of course, he has 3 senior players on the injury list, with one matter returning to training anyway, leaving 2 senior players on the injury list, in Michael Carrick and Aaron Henwood, obviously the injury to James Wilson as well. So Manchester United fighting through the adversity and all the injuries. That could be another reason why Van Gaal was going with less midfielders, because it seems to be the bulk of the midfielders that get injured, with Mata, Rooney, and Rooney doesn't play. Actually, Rooney doesn't really play midfield; he plays everywhere. But yeah, obviously Van Gaal going with less midfielders because they seem to be the bulk of United's injuries so far this season. And Di Maria, he loses the ball. It's pretty careless, to be honest. And so to trying to get forward, but Manchester United's defence in this game has been absolutely stellar. Here is Falcao. Tadic to pop off. It has been a more assertive scoring run for Manchester United. Not really many people have scored. Di Maria's done the bulk of the scoring since 2015 came around. Hopefully when Aaron Henwood returns in a few weeks' time, hopefully he'll be back on the score sheet. Dislocated shoulder shouldn't really affect him too much in terms of football. It shouldn't really affect him too much, so he should be fine when he returns. He shouldn't have any lasting effects, not too much anyway. It's just strange that it was 8 weeks, but considering Aaron Henwood's body weight and all that sort of stuff, I guess it affected him more than most people would. As we said, Henwood might not be the most talented and the most skillful, but he's more of a harder worker than any other person on his team, along with Wayne Rooney, of course. Workhorse is what they call it. Falcao's the same. So Manchester United have plenty of players that want to play for them and have the determination and will to succeed. And after last season, it's required more than ever. And Manchester United, they've made great use of it. 2 points ahead of Chelsea, who won yesterday. So if Manchester United do win here, the table will look a little different, seeing that Chelsea did overtake Arsenal in the table there. But it's been no one-way traffic. We all thought Liverpool were going to run away with it at one point, but Liverpool have been slumping really badly as Burnley concede again. It's so unfortunate to see Burnley in such a slump, especially in the league where the league's concerned. Queen's Park Rangers take the lead, and I believe it was Eduardo Vargas with the goal. So after making a substitution, and Jack Cork is going off for Victor Wanyama. There could be something related to that, but Jack Cork hasn't even been in the book yet. So it's definitely not yellow card related, this substitution. It's probably something just for Ronald Koeman to change it up a little bit. And here he comes. Here is Rodriguez. Here is Long. Southampton didn't really threaten in the first half that much, and of course a chance there and a chance on the post. Shane Long hit the rebound and it came off the post, and that's the first real chance Southampton have had in this game. David De Gea with a great save initially, and the second effort coming off the post. Very unfortunate for Southampton there. They haven't really deserved much from this game because they haven't really made any chances, but that was the best one of the afternoon for them. Manchester United with a bit of a scare there. Defence has been a question for United. Because they've dropped surefire points. They've dropped about 4 points in the last 2, of course, with 2 draws against Stoke City and Queen's Park Rangers. 2 games they really should have won. The Stoke game, Falcao scored a penalty at the end of the first half, And at Queen's Park Rangers, they look like winning, and then Charlie Austin from absolutely nowhere and in no situation to score, scores an absolutely delicious chip that spellbounds everyone, including David De Gea, and goes into the back of the net. So from absolutely no situation at all, Charlie Austin made a brilliant goal out of it. I don't think you can really blame the Manchester United defence for that, but it's still another 2 dropped points, and Manchester United can't really afford to do that. And if they drop 2 points here, they'll only be 3 ahead of Chelsea. Obviously, Chelsea winning earlier, or yesterday rather. So, yeah. Manchester United really can't afford to drop any points here. But they're doing alright so far. Advantage play, the referee waves on. Rodriguez. Would have been a foul on Falcao initially. Wanyama to Rodriguez again. Shane Long is still in the box. Here's Wanyama. Here's Popov. He could shoot here if he wants. And he chose not to. Decided to try and deceive Rojo instead. And Rojo finally gets it out. Oh, maybe not quite. It's got off Rojo. And I think it might have gone off the post. I'm not sure it's congratulating Rojo for something, although I'm not sure why. Jay Rodriguez is coming off for Sadio Mane here. I'm not sure, Ronald Koeman, that's a good idea. Jay Rodriguez, obviously, the instigator of most of the stuff in the second half, and he's going off. That's rather unusual, but let's see if Mane can do something here. And Mane was obviously one of the players sent off in the previous meeting between Manchester United and Southampton in that crazy second half. And there's 20 minutes left of this one to play. Here it was a goal kick in the end. Maybe Luke Shaw was having a word with Rojo about that kind of questionable defending, really. And then he commits a foul, free kick to Southampton. I don't think there's been any bookings for Manchester United at all this season. I'm not really sure. There might have been 1 or 2. But I really can't remember any like that. There's Davis. Southampton started to gain a little bit more momentum in this game. They're certainly not out of this. There's Rooney. Rojo. I guess the best thing to say about Manchester United is they haven't lost a game since the one at the Emirates, where Alexis Sanchez scored the 90th minute winner. But since then, Manchester United have been more or less winning all the games, just the most 2 recent draws. And into the one they had at Queen's Park Rangers, which was 2-2, Falcao saving the day there. Di Maria into Falcao, he's gone wide again. Well, Falcao really can't find his shooting boots at the moment. He did score against Stoke City a game or 2 ago, but he's offside anyway, so it wouldn't have counted. Here's Long. Southampton definitely aren't out of this. Here's Butterland. No, my apologies, I can never pronounce his name right. Oh, and Tadic picks it off from Raphael here. Tadic is going to try and burst into the box. Pass back from Jones to his goalkeeper. And De Gea clears it wonderfully. Wonderfully, actually. But Di Maria's pass wasn't as such. Let's pop off. Ferdinand tackled by Herrera. Looking through for the back here, Phil Jones. Has to find Robin Van Persie, and actually does. Wonderful pass from Jones. We need to Falcao. Falcao momentarily loses it, but the sliding tackle took longer away from the ball, and here's Di Maria. He works some magic. And Di Maria, good save by the keeper, and cleared away. Rather hastily by Southampton, but it worked. Here's Rooney. He skips past one, and not the other one. 9 minutes to go. And Rooney with a great tackle again. That work ethic from Rooney, it's never questioned. Rooney's gone down. Gaal with the trying to get the ball, but unable to do so. He's Main with the ball now down his wing here. Good delivery, could do something here for them. Shaw's with him. Southampton doing nothing with it. And Klein comes up and Shaw, great tackle. Well, that was more of Southampton's doing than anything else. They really should have done better there. Now Shane Long is going off for Pele. Is Ronald Koeman going to regret these decisions? He's taken two of his best players off. It is strange, to say the least. And there is 6 minutes left. Plenty of time, but Pele is coming on. Shane Long and obviously two of Southampton's best players are off here. Maybe count against them now. Ronald Koeman maybe not making the right substitutions here. Undervold. There's so much space. And De Gea, is De Gea, and he's gathered it just about. I really thought that the ball would come loose from David De Gea. It was brilliantly held on to by the United number one. By Hummels, not really picked well by Rooney. It's Davis, and Rooney wants to go and make up for that immediately. And going to Davis and doing something about it. He's actually forced Davis out of play. No real pressure there from Davis, he just runs it out. Di Maria. Momentarily, but we'll get it off the throw. So Southampton really are more up for this in the second half. Tries to pick out Falcao, it's too far. Not a bad idea, but excuse me. Unfortunately, it was too far for him. The goalkeeper, Sealson, picks it up. And then Yama, he passed his man. He's got to deal with Rojo. Or Shaw, rather. Shaw's actually come up a little bit further than usual. And that's not and almost a mix-up between Rojo and De Gea. What on earth was Rojo going for there? 4 minutes of added time in the second half. What on earth was Rojo thinking? De Gea, that was clearly David De Gea's, and De Gea was having a few harsh choice of words with him there, I'm sure. In person. Oh, and Burnham missed kicks, but no Man United player there to pick it up and score. Here's Main again. Herrera. Here now Tannage. Referee's going to be looking at his watch. So have to have a throw in. Is there enough time for them to get forward and extra one last chance perhaps? And Yama. Undervold is going to be chased by Di Maria, who wants another goal to be ahead in the scoring one, but unfortunately doesn't get there. Well, not the most convincing second half from Manchester United, but they held on to their one-goal lead that Van Persie gave them in the first half, but Southampton were getting better as the game went on, but they only had two real chances that they couldn't take. Manchester United, not the most convincing performance this season, they've had better ones, but it's the score at the end of the game that counts. And here today, Manchester United win by 1-0. Not many games to speak of in today's fixtures for the Premier League, as every game was yesterday. Burnley lose once again to Queen's Park Rangers, following further what looks like sealing the relegation battle, at least for them. They've still got time, but they're running out fast. Crystal Palace and Spurs was 0-0. Everton lost to Manchester City by 1-0. They're starting to come really good now, Manchester United City, in the second half of the season. Manchester United's hard-fought game in Southampton was, of course, 1-0. And Liverpool lose again. Sunderland 1, Liverpool 0, and they're falling out of this title race really quickly. West Brom 1, Hull City 1 was the final score there. And we can't obviously look at yesterday's, unfortunately. So this is what the table looks like. Well, they're going to have to gather it a couple of seconds while we find it. And as you can see, no real change at the top, aside from Chelsea overtaking Arsenal by 2 points now. Manchester United still lead by 5. Liverpool stay on 44 with their loss, with Sunderland breathing down their neck. That win is crucial. Could Sunderland maybe get in the Champions League? What an effort from Gus Poyet's team, coming from absolutely nowhere and 1 point now off a Champions League spot. Manchester City 6th, starting to creep up the table themselves. Spurs, Everton, West Ham and West Brom, no real changes in the rest of the top 10. Hull City, Leicester City and Burnley still in the relegation zone. Hull City just a point, 2 points from safety. Leicester a further point back, and Burnley are in real trouble. Played 22, only won 1 and only on 8 points. They're in trouble, that's for certain.